Alright, Chapter 2 Summary, Module 6, Neets. Summary. The following summary covers the main points of the chapter study to be sure that you understand the material before you. With the next chapter, the multiple unit tube the where developed the reduce the side of the vacuum tube circle that incorporating more than one tube. Same envelope that allows the side of the vacuum tube circle to be reduced considerably when a single envelope may be contained two or more tubes. They are tubes that are independent of each other. The multiple electrode tubes that develop shown the capability of conventional tubes. In some cases, multiple elements of the tube may contain up to 7th grid. The type of the tubes are normally classified in number of the grids they contain. Power pentos are used for the current with the power amplifier. Power pentos are used for the line grid. The arrangement in manner that more electrons can reach the plate within from the cathode. And think with the lower plate resistance allow maximum conduction through the tube. Show the cathode, control grid, screen grids, suppressor grids, plate, electron path. Beam power tubes are also the power amplifiers. Additionally, inline grid with arrangement. Beam power tubes are usually negatively charged beam forming plates. Beam forming plate forces the electrons should normally be deflected with the plate back to the electron stream. Thus, the abnormal electrons to the tube can use for power amplification. Show the forming plate cathode control grid screen, the high density region, the plate, and the cathode electron stream beam forming plate screen grid control grid and plate. Schematic diagram: beam forming plates, control grid, cathode, screen grid, heater. Variable multiple unit tubes, remote cutoff tubes were developed and extended with this application range. Electron tubes avoiding possibility of driving the tube within the cutoff. This uneven space for the grid wires. Show the grid construction: cathode grid over voltage, electric lines of force, plate B, -6 volts and -20 volts. The ultra high frequency tubes are special purpose tubes designed to operate the ultra high frequency tubes between 300 megahertz and 3000 megahertz. Minimum effect of the transit time limit. Among these are acorn tubes, doorknobs, lighthouse tubes, and Oakland tubes. Heater, control grid, screen grid, suppressor plate, pathway, heater, and planar tubes have the plates and grid mounted parallel to each other because they planar construction can handle larger amounts of power over the ultra high frequencies. Cooling fins commonly electrical can. This is your oil can on the left, the anode grid, heater cathode inside, and then you shove the grid of the plate cathode, glass walls, filament cathode tube fan. Gas-filled tubes contain small amount of gas ionizing and reduce the internal resistance of the because of the gas-filled tubes can handle relatively large amounts of power while maintaining constant voltage drop across the tubes. So you have a gas diode, voltage resistant tube, and neon glow lamp, and dithetron. Your cathode tubes that lack heat or filaments therefore do not thermically emissions. Instead of voltage potentially applied, the curve of the tube, the internal gas ionization of the curve of the voltage across the tube remains constant with the grid regardless of the increased conduction. The cathode tube is a special tube that has the unique ability to visually display electronic signal. The cathode tube principle, the electrostatic attraction, repulsion, and fluorescence. Because of the unique ability of the cathode tube makes it hard with many type of the test equipment. You'll become familiar with it during the career in electronics. Answers. That completes Chapter 2 summary.